Every expert was once a beginner. In this video, we're diving into the raw, real journey of learning a skill, from those frustrating first steps to finally mastering it. You'll see clips from different creators sharing their struggles and breakthroughs, and then watch my own progress as I push past the hard parts and level up. Whether you're starting something new or need motivation to keep going, this is your reminder that consistency turns beginners into masters. Let's get into it.
Find a skill that you love and that you're good at and master it to your absolute fullest potential. Stop complaining that you don't have a lot of money. Stop complaining that life is so hard. And find that skill and do it to the best of your ability. Find that thing that you love so much and scale it up as much as possible. Master it. Find out everything about it. And then you'll make money, my friend. I promise. But stop complaining and saying that life is so hard when you have no skills. You have nothing that people want to buy. It's so simple. I mean, it irks me that people are complaining and saying this and that when they have nothing to offer. You're working at Kohl's for a reason. You're working at McDonald's for a reason. It's because you're doing something that anybody can do. If you're doing something that anybody can do, you're going to be paid minimum wage. And don't complain that you're being paid minimum wage because you're doing something everybody on the planet can do. Once you figure out that thing that not many people can do, you'll be paid more. That's the secret, okay? It's no secret, but I guess that's the secret if you really want to know. What's that thing that you love? What's that thing that people will pay a lot of money for? Master it to the best of your ability, and I promise the money will flow. I believe in you. Start now.
You need to hear this. I mean this with love, and I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. It's not enough to just know how to communicate. You need to know how to effectively advocate for yourself. It is nobody's responsibility to set aside what they want on your behalf. And it is completely unreasonable to be disappointed with the outcome of a situation if you didn't advocate for what you wanted. It doesn't matter if this is a friendship, a relationship, or a job. It's all the same. If you're the person that's constantly feeling helpless, you feel like you're on a losing streak, you feel like things are not going right in your life, 9 times out of 10, it's because you don't know how to advocate for yourself. So I'm gonna give you 3 ways to do just that. The first step is knowing your North Star. What do you want? This is not a question that you can answer in a day, in a week, maybe even in a year. But you need to sit down with yourself and understand what you want. It could be what you want that week. It could be what you want in your lifetime. It doesn't matter, but you need to figure out what you want and honestly how you want it. Once you figure that out, half of the battle is already done because you have your North Star. The second step is confidence. And I know confidence is this big, mysterious, robust word that we just throw around, and so many people are on this app that I know in person that just can't find their confidence, that they don't know how to build it. They don't know where it comes from, and they envy it in other people. My number 1 tip for becoming a confident person, and this is something like Alex Hormozy talks about, but it's creating an undeniable stack of evidence that proves you are who you say you are. Which means that you have to understand who you want to become. You have to define the person that you want to be, what she looks like, how he acts, whatever the case may be. So step 1, you need to know what you want. You need to have a North Star. And 2, you need to know who you are, who you want to be, and be confident in that. Create evidence that supports that. And 3, and honestly, I don't know, all of these are hard to learn, but I feel like a lot of people watching this are probably already halfway there, but it's knowing how to read the room. You need to know how to read the room, and you need to know how to read social politics. A great book for that is 48 Laws of Power. There's plenty of books out there that can help you learn how to do this. But you need to understand the way that the room is working so that when you come in knowing what you want and who you are, you're able to speak to other people's needs. Because at the end of the day, everybody is self-serving. This is something that the 4 Agreements talks about. Everybody is self-serving. Everybody just wants to do what's best for them. At the end of the day, that's the truth. So you need to learn how to align what you want with what other people want. When you can find that line, gold. Doors will fly open for you that you never even knew existed. People that you've had a single conversation with will become champions for you. So if there's one thing you take away from this video, the way to advocate for yourself effectively is to align what you want with what other people want, with whoever is in control of the situation wants. So, that's just my advice, and everybody maybe has their own version, but I mean, hey, I'm always open to discussion.
And when we're trying to learn a skill, the fastest way to delay your progress is to try to learn from a whole bunch of different people, right? Because everyone has their unique strategy that worked for them. And when you're trying to learn from everyone, it gives you information overload, and you end up having analysis paralysis and not doing anything. So what I strongly suggest you do if you care about reaching your goal in a faster time frame is to only listen to one person. Figure out whatever it is that your goal is, and if you already have a goal, cool. And then the next step is to find someone that's already reached that milestone and reverse engineer how they got there, but only reverse engineer and listen to that one person. So let's say, for example, if you are watching this and you have a roofing company and you want to reach 8 figures in roofing, you want to make over $10 million with your roofing company. And I'm not even assuming, I know for
20 hours, that's it. If you put 20 hours of focused, deliberate practice into that thing, you will be astounded at how good you are. 20 hours is doable. That's about 45 minutes a day for about a month, even skipping a couple days here and there. 20 hours isn't that hard to accumulate. Now, there's a method to doing this. There's a way to practice efficiently that will make sure that you invest those 20 hours in the most effective way that you possibly can. The first is to deconstruct the skill. Decide exactly what you want to be able to do when you're done, and then look into the skill and break it down into smaller and smaller pieces. The second is learn enough to self-correct. So get 3 to 5 resources about what it is you're trying to learn. Could be books, could be DVDs, could be courses, could be anything. Third is to remove barriers to practice. Distractions, television, internet, all of these things that get in the way of you actually sitting down and doing the work. And the fourth is to practice for at least 20 hours. You want to learn a language? You want to learn how to cook? You want to learn how to draw? What turns you on? What lights you up? Go out and do that thing. It only takes 20 hours. Have fun.
5 reasons why you should learn a skill and master it, and also tips on helping you to learn a new skill and master that skill. Let's get into it. Learning a new skill builds confidence. Every time you prove to yourself that you can figure something out, you boost your self-trust. A tip is to start small. Focus on one tiny win at a time. Don't try to master everything in a day. Learning a new skill keeps your mind sharp and your life interesting. Challenging your brain with something new keeps you mentally engaged and creatively energized. A tip is to stay curious. Watch tutorials, ask questions, and don't be afraid to look like a beginner, because you are. The third reason why finding a skill and mastering it is important is because you discover what you're really capable of. The process reveals hidden strengths, discipline, patience, and resilience you didn't know you had. A tip is to track your progress, even the small stuff. It'll motivate you when the journey feels slow. Number 4, skills can turn into opportunities. What starts as a hobby or interest can evolve into a career, side hustle, or something life-changing. Practice publicly if you can. Share your journey online with friends. It builds momentum and maybe even a community. And this is the thing, you don't even have to share it on your main social media accounts. You can create a new account just for this skill, and it's just to document your journey. And that's how things happen unexpectedly. You become so good and your audience just builds up because you're only posting about that skill. And now you're getting deals and brands are noticing you. And that's just how these skills can change your life. Now, my last tip or reason I would say for learning a new skill is because mastery creates freedom. When you master something, you move with more freedom, creatively, financially, and mentally. Like I said, it can open up so many doors. So, a tip is to stick with it long enough to suck and then to improve. Most people quit too soon. You don't have to be most people though. Just stick with it. Don't let it be your main income because you're not going to be able to stick with it then because you're going to need money to survive. So let this literally be, put this skill in your schedule um to learn it, to master it. Put it on your calendar every Friday for 2 hours. You're going to practice the piano or the saxophone, or you're going to practice doing your nails, or you're going to practice doing your hair, a ponytail, anything. Just put it in your calendar so you can have it there and you can practice it on schedule and master it. So there you have it, babes. Learning a skill isn't just about the outcome, it's about who you become in the process. If you're ready to stay focused, consistent, and become your best self while chasing your goals, grab my 30-day glow up journal. It's your daily guide to track progress, stay motivated, and build habits that stick. You've got this. Your glow up isn't just coming, it's already happening. Stay focused, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, loves.